This is a beautiful home.
This place has been the site of more murders and disappearances than any other 9-bedroom manse in the area.
You and Lux are gonna rot in this house.
We need you to come back to the house. Someone's been killing our family.
Where's your freezer?
Rick Hong here for Hollywood First Look Features. Today, I am with writer-star Chris Baker and director James Kapner for their film, The Estate. Gentlemen, I wanted to tell you congratulations. This thing just got done wrapping at the Newport, Film Festival. So how was that for you guys? Because it was virtual. Normally, I'm sure you would have loved to have been there on the red carpet near the beach.
Yeah. Well, our PR team can certainly attest to that too. We had every plan to go down there. Chris, I'm sure you were going to bring out the big guns, looking amazing.
A big plastic bubble. Yeah.
A big plastic bubble boy outfit. I'm sure Eliza, who was a female lead in the movie, would have had the Elton John fur mink and her German Shepherd that she only talks to in German with, and it was going to be awesome. But we opted to do the virtual thing, and it was amazing because Chris and I and the rest of the team had been working on this thing for 2 years, and just being able to get it out there in the public eye and give people a little nibble at it was obviously a huge win for us, and it felt like a real sense of accomplishment there. So it was pretty great. Yeah, and thanks to Newport Beach Film Festival for the opportunity.
Absolutely, and so many people who would have never been able to make it to Newport got to see it, and right. that alone, we couldn't be there to hear the laughs and hear the gasps, and in the room, which is its own kind of sadness. But you got to roll with the punches, and so the idea that we could find our audience where they were was a big deal. Yeah.
Okay, Chris, so you're the writer for this. I mean, true crime is the thing right now. I don't know if that's what inspired you to write this. Where did this come from?
Well, I did read those, Griffin Dunn, Vanity Fair profiles, that were very,
right.
Very, very salacious and stranger than fiction. So yeah, that honestly was a big part of it. But mostly it was, I remember these movies growing up that I was never really supposed to see about, these rich people killing each other, and their greed was overwhelming. And I loved the sexiness of those 90s thrillers. And James and I would talk about, after making web series together and shorts, like when we wanted to graduate to a feature, what would we want that movie to be? And I had this own bullet point list in my head, and it kind of calcified into the poster that's behind you. A lot of self tanner, some glistening cool, and a lot of blood. Yeah.
So James, the same thing. Have you this fascination for true crime? Or are you just kind of like how this idea evolved and said, yeah, let me direct this thing?
Well, yeah, as Chris mentioned, he and I have had a working relationship for a couple years. Worked on some web series together and some narrative stuff. And so I knew of Chris's amazing skill set and his brilliance as a performer. And then, I guess just to walk you down the chronology of my involvement with this project, Chris and I, as he mentioned, he had some bullet points, kind of stuff that you want to throw in the stew, if you will. I love, elements of horror, elements of violence, any kind of dark extremities of human nature. I eat that stuff up.
You know what? I'm really glad then that we're talking over Zoom and I'm not with you in person then.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think I gravitate towards that stuff because I'm I think a pretty inoffensive guy. So I'm happy that Chris wrote this, completely ribald and anything goes kind of story, because I was all over that. And funny enough, I was actually headed back from my producing partner, who's also the producer on the film, Adam McCalca. We go out on these Las Vegas 24-hour binge trips with this
I like it.
Yeah, and we write it off, and we totally just pull the wool over. Well, now it's, I guess, out in public and we're on a Zoom now, but we tell our wives that we're going with one of Adam's friends who's an exec at an ad agency. I said, we're going to get work. we never get work. We just come back smashed and completely out of commission for a week. So I come back and I crawl into bed, and then I see my inbox. I refresh my email, and Chris sent the first draft of The Estate. And I thought, oh my God, I can't even think. I don't even know who I am right now. It's literally just a mask, like a shell of a human being. And I swear to you, I read this thing and I don't know what the page count was. It was probably around, was it 80, 83, something like that?
Yeah, it was pretty short.
It was a quick, short roller coaster ride, but I swear I read the thing in 20 minutes. It read so quickly and it was so engrossing, even when I had literally no serotonin in my body. So I just knew from jump, and then, it's a first time feature for the both of us, but, I've been in the video industry for a long time. I started with music videos and short form content, and I've directed. And I just know that having a script, that is paramount to something that I know could potentially translate. You give yourself the most leg up that you can. And so I knew that, Chris put something down on the page that was viable. It was vital. I swear to God, the thing was alive and it was coming through my phone and I was dead, but the script was alive.
And then finally, Chris, so the movie is called The Estate. You sit down and you write it. So was the location everything that you wanted it to be? Because it looked great. I would have loved to have been hanging out with you guys.
Yes, that house took a while to find, but we always wanted it to be this really over the top, ugly in that very McMansion, Beverly Hills way. We wanted it to feel like a place that maybe from a distance you could be like, oh, this is really nice. It's a little too symmetrical, but it's really nice. And then once you go inside is where all the trouble is.
Right. It's beautiful but oppressive.
Well, congratulations to you both again. Please stay safe and healthy. The movie is The Estate. Until next time, I'm Rick Hong, and you've been watching Hollywood First Look Features.